Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is Let's Make video. And what we're going to make today is we're going to use a die set from the Anna Griffin Create 2025 event box. And we're not making the actual project that she's making in the event. We're going to do our own version. But if you don't want to know what you're making and you want it to all be a surprise and all of that, you're going to want to wait for another video. Otherwise, if you want some simple ways to make this project and then also some fun things you can do with it, let's go. Let's hang out and have some fun. Right off the bat, this is probably going to be a really long video. It's probably going to be, almost close to 2 hours, if not longer than 2 hours. It's a big project. It makes a fantastic decor piece, and it is super, super fun. So with that, maybe pause, get a cup of coffee, some snacks, I don't know, or hang out and craft with me. You might still need a beverage, though. A couple hours is kind of a long time. So hopefully it won't be that long, but if it is and you make it to the end, thanks so much for hanging out. You guys are awesome. So with that, let me show you. We are using the Anna Griffin Book Nook dies. Oh my good night. These are stinking fabulous. This is the examples from the dies, and they are so fun. These are great. Now, this isn't like my understanding of a Book Nook is, hence the name. It's a false book that sits on a shelf, and when you pull it out and turn it around, it reveals a fantastic scene on the inside of the Book Nook, of the Nook. And you just create whatever fantasy or dream scene that you want to portray on the inside of it. And that's the reason it's called a Book Nook, is because it looks like a book when it's sitting on the shelf, and then you pull it out for a nice surprise on the inside of it. This actually reminds me of an English greenhouse, like a Hartley, and it is absolutely gorgeous, and it is super, super fun. I really like it. It just doesn't, it's not Book Nook-esque. I always thought, and maybe I'm wrong, let me know. I always thought they looked like a book on the outside. That's the reason the name. But I love that she went rogue and did her own version because it is stunning. Wait till you see what I've already made. And it is a gorgeous set of dies. Yeah, I am loving it. So with that being said, these are your examples. And on the interior, if you buy this die set separately, these are your instructions. It doesn't come with a side wall panel die, so you have to create your own, and on the instructions it tells you how to do that. We're not going to assemble ours the way that she does. We're going to do it a bit different, and I think it's going to be a little bit easier personally, but you decide when you make yours. So let's go through the dies, because the dies are a little peculiar on some of them. So this sheet here has your front panel die. I made a mock-up version so I could get my mind wrapped around how to assemble it. And I made this the way we're going to, similar to how we're going to do ours today, because I wasn't a fan of the example that I saw and how they went together. So we're going to do it just like this. But that being said, this die right here gives you your back panel. And then it also gives you your front panel once you put the coordinating insert in, that being this large rectangle here. You put these two together. And this gives you the front one. This gives you the front one, plus all your interior wall frames on the inside. And then you eliminate the frame, and then you use it separately, and that gives you your back wall panel. And so that's what that does. So then this one here, this one you cut two of these, and this gives you your top, this really beautiful die right here. It makes this, right? Aren't you glad she went rogue? That's so pretty, right? And if you added some acetate to this, you could put rub-on transfers on the acetate. So like if you did a Halloween one, you could put like cobweb transfers or spiders or something like that, like a Halloween. You could do snow acetate. They have the acetate that has snow on it, and you could do that. And so then when we add the other element to this, it would be really have a really cool effect if you did that. And all you would want to then do is you basically trace out this piece here, and then you adhere it on the very edges to um, to the inside of the roof, and then you proceed to make it all. The same with the front. You're going to trace this out of acetate, and then you're going to adhere it right to the very edge, and then proceed with assembling. And you're going to want to cut this out twice. The other thing on this, with this, is you get these really fantastic sentiment cut and emboss dies, and they are great. This says for you, hello, happy birthday, Merry Christmas. They're absolutely beautiful, and it makes gorgeous impression cut dies. They're so pretty. And so now to the to back to this sheet. So these are interesting. These three here in the middle, they're a little bit I wasn't sure what they did because there's no instruction for them. But in die cutting this one, what I found out is I believe it's actually an easel die to help prop things up in the center of your space or on the edge or something like that. Basically, it cuts out like this. There's a fold line here. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold it on that fold line. Then you're going to open it all the way up. And then you're going to take the middle piece and you're going to push it down. And you're going to fold it on that fold line there. Then you're going to prop this all the way back up. You're going to fold it at a 90 like this. And then you're going to push this down and it's going to fit right into that little groove there. And it makes an easel. And so then you can like prop things up in the center of the room. Like if you wanted to put a Christmas tree on here, you wanted to put a I don't know, a couch or a lady, like you wanted to prop up one of the vignette ladies, you would glue her to the front of this, and then you could set her in there, like you could set her in your little book nook, like that. Or you could actually glue her to one of your frames on the interior, and what it does is it just helps to stabilize whatever feature that you're wanting to put on the inside of your book nook. And that's what I'm figuring that's what this does. The other thing is you don't have to make this with all the frames on the interior. You could actually leave this open, and then this would just allow you to set items on the inside of the room of the book nook. If you just wanted to display it on the like on a mantle or on a shelf somewhere, you could leave all that open, and then this would allow you to prop items up inside your nook and give you a fun little scene there as well. So then next you have this little triangular piece here. The only thing I can figure for this one is it's another piece that allows you to add stability to items that you want to add to your room. So like you could add this to the side like this and put something on it. You could, you don't have to keep it this big. You can trim it down to however, and it just adds additional support to whatever it is you're trying to add to the interior. You can add it to the top. You can, so like if you're trying to hang a chandelier, you would put this behind one of the frames like this, and it would give you a little more stability for like the chandelier hanging down. Or if you're trying to support something, maybe you're doing a Christmas one as well, and you want to put presents on the frame and they pop out. Or a little nutcracker on the inside. A lady that you don't want to do the easel, you want to just add her. That would give more stability as well. So no matter where you're using it at, that's what I'm guessing this one is. So then, last but not least, we have this one here. The only thing I can figure is depending on how you make the frames on the inside for what effect you're trying to go for, maybe you eliminate everything in or the top half of all those frames. This might be for a window. Like you could cut this out on the side for a window. Otherwise, I have no idea what this thing does. I I don't know. It's just a square frame. I'm not sure. It fits on the top, so if you added there, it would fit over the windows if you wanted. Yeah, the only thing I could figure is maybe you put two of them on each side, and if you left the frames out and just made a little scene, you'd be able to look into it. Or that's the only thing I could figure. I wasn't quite sure what any of these pieces did, but that's my best educated guess on what each of those do. So if you guys know what they're for, let us know down in the comments because it doesn't tell you anywhere on the instructions. And obviously, I didn't wait for the class at the event, so she probably is going to give us some insight as to what those all do, but I don't know what they do otherwise. There it is there. Maybe you do want to wait for the event, but so let me show you what I've already made and how amazing it is, and you are just going to be blown away. How cool this thing. Like, oh my gosh. I saw this set and I went Christmas. I was so stinking excited about it. And like, come on, right? Is that not the prettiest thing? That is so fun, right? Like that is just nothing but fun right there. That is pretty cool, right? Oh my gosh, this thing is so pretty. And wait till I show you up close. And yep, I've added a little something to the back there, but look at the detail in the dies. Like, I don't know if it shows you. Like, right? Oh my gosh. It like just like a it's just like a Hartley, like a greenhouse. And then the front, look at the front, all the detail on the dies. So pretty. It is just fantastic. So yeah, so this is what I did. Just got some of my Anna Griffin stickers out, Christmas borders out. This is from her decoupage set. These little nutcrackers I put on the sides, stinking fun. Added some pearls, um, more embellishments on the inside. Right? Oh my gosh, that's why these are so stinking fun. That's the interior. So used some of the vignette paper kit for the chairs. Those are the presents, the gifts back there are from the one of the Anna Griffin Christmas. The same with the trees. That's the holiday hearth die set back there. I just trimmed it down to fit back there. And then some more of the little vases on the shelf or on the mantle are from the uh, vignette paper set, and then just a little greetings of the season. This is another Anna Griffin die set for the little um, ribbon hanging, and just thought this came out super super cool. But this is also what we're gonna do. Wait for it. So yeah, I added lights. What? Right? Come on. How fun is that? And that's the power of a book nook, man. That is so cool. Hold on. Right? Is that not the coolest thing ever? So when it's sitting on there, oh, so cool. Lit up on a shelf, right? Is that the neatest thing ever or what? Like, I think that is so. And then look at this. And then if you added some of that snow acetate or something, and look, the nutcracker shows up on the side. If you added acetate up there with the snow and stuff, you'd have like the snow effect of shining on your walls in the evening while you're, wherever it's displayed. The same there, even the transfers. Hold on, you're probably gonna get blinded again with the lights. Even if you put transfers on it and stuff, oh my goodness, it would be so fun. But like, isn't that pretty neat? So I'm gonna show you how I did that, and then I also added a bottom to mine. If you can see down in there, there's a floor to help hold all the lights and stuff in there. But I think this thing is just so fantastic. This is so stinking fun. Yeah, and the other thing is it is a great way. It's a fun decor piece, but it's also a fun way you could give a gift card. So on the back of here, you actually have room to add a gift card holder, and then you can put a tag on it as well. Like you could just hang a tag off of it. Maybe a tag gift card holder, or put it all on the back. But a great way. I'm always looking for unique ways to give gift cards, primarily because I don't know what to get, friends and family and stuff. So I like to give gift cards, and they generally go over better, or a way to give cash, um, that kind of thing. And I always look for super fun ways to do that, and this is definitely gonna be one of them. Like, right? Oh my gosh, is that not the coolest thing ever? I mean, that is just so stinking fun. If that was sitting up on a mantle, on a fireplace, like, wouldn't that be the funnest thing to look into? Especially if you have like grandkids or kids or whatnot. Like, how pretty is that? Super, super fun. So that is what we are making today. We're not gonna make this version. We're going to do a different one because I got another scene in mind. Mind you, it doesn't have to be obviously Christmas because we're not making a Christmas one. Um, I think we're making a garden one because it is designed after a Hartley. I think it's a garden one. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Not necessarily a Hartley, but an English style greenhouse. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So I think that's why they're doing. I think theirs is a garden. I didn't actually look at it very closely, and I haven't watched the prep. I just went on the days of the event to see what it was we're actually making, and oh my goodness, if you haven't looked, they are fabulous. The projects are stinking great. They did a really good job utilizing all the dyes this year, and giving you alternative ideas on how to use them. Like, well done. Well done. You'll be very happy with all the classes and things like that because they did a really good job this year. The projects are just fantastic. But so here's the caveat about today's what we're making. Because of the scene that I want to put on the inside, I'm not necessarily making frames for the interior like I did on this one. I'm actually going to do half panels. So what I thought is I'll show you how, like, I'll just cut them out of white cardstock and show you the easiest way to attach them, and then I'll proceed with the way that I'm gonna go ahead then and do my scene, which will also give you another option of how to attach panels or create different scenes as well. Because I want to do an outside scene on the inside. Oh, and I forgot to get the village dyes out. Okay, because I got another idea I'm pretty excited about. So that's that one. Let me know what you guys think of this down in the comments, and if you were excited about this one as well. So wait, there you go. Turn them off so we don't waste the batteries. And yeah, so I suggest too putting together a mock-up one, so you're not worried about the cardstock, you're not worried about messing it up, and you get the idea of how it goes together. And I'll give you some tips and tricks on what I did, and that made it easier for me in assemblage. The other thing is, for whatever reason, my voice is super scratchy today, so I might have to pause a few times to get a beverage. So I'm really sorry about that. But I'm gonna try to just get through it, because when you're inspired about an idea, like, the time to make it is when you're inspired, because otherwise it doesn't come together as well. And so I thought, I'm just gonna go through it, and I'm just gonna do it because I'm really excited, because look at all this fun stuff. Look at all the pile of trims. Oh my gosh. Alright, so yeah, so let's jump into this, and yeah, let's get started on this. So basically what you need to do is you need to get some cardstock. Oh wait, I thought I had where's my, oh, right here. I got a pile over here. Let's see. And I was going to go ahead and show you what I'm cutting out. I was going to cut all the pieces out, but then sometimes that's a little bit harder, especially when you're doing projects like this. When you're doing projects like this, it's a little bit harder. So, I'm not sure what I'm going to need right away. However, for the actual so this is what I'm doing. I'm doing an exterior scene on an interior book nook. So I've got all these cardstocks. These are I've got 4 pieces of cardstock. Is it 4? No, I got 5 pieces of cardstock. This is out of the Anna Griffin Christmas 300 GSM cardstock pack. I have 2. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut 2 of the roof. We are going to cut 1 back panel. This is a back panel, so no insert. 1 back panel out of this. And now, mind you, I'm showing you how I'm making mine. That made it a lot easier. one out of this for the back, one out of blue, like some fun blue, dark blue glitter for the back as well. That's going to go on the inside. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, yeah, one for the back. Oh, yeah, and then I need one for the front. So then what I'm going to do is this one is the other one for the front. So then with the frame to make this front piece here, and if you want to make all the frames for the inside to put stuff on, you're going to do this. If you want to do all the frames, you need 4 of these total. 1 for the very front and 3 for the inside with the die insert. Okay? So I'm going to do this one for the back with the die insert, this one for the front. And then for my then that one's for the inside. Then for my inserts, what I'm going to do is, because I'm doing a snowy hillside, and I want this to be in blues and silver, a blue and silver diorama, I'm going to cut out 3 panels, because I'm going to turn these panels into a snowy hillside. So I'm going to do this 3 times. 1, 2, and then 3, like so. Okay? And then what I'm going for, the feel I'm going for, is Christmas tree in town square with a snowy scene. And I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do for the rest of it, but I've got a Christmas tree as well that I want to do. And then the other thing is well, we'll embellish it later. So let's just go ahead and get these cut out. And then I'm also going to cut out, so I can show you how to attach the panels, a full panel. I'm going to cut this out with the die like this 3 times 3 times with white cardstock. So that way you can see how to attach the panels, even though I'm not going to use them. Okay. So let me get all this cut out. Oh, and then these 2 are for your sidewalls. The instructions say to cut a 6 1/4 by 7 inch panel if you want to do the slit method. We're not doing that. So we need attachment points for the front and the back for the sidewalls. So we're going to do 6 3/4 by 7 inches, and we're going to need 2 of those for each of the big sidewalls on each side. So 6 3/4 by 7 inches, if you want to do it the way that I'm going to do it, okay? And so let me get that all cut out, and I'll be right back. And then we'll go through it again. Okay, just a little FYI. If you're using regular cardstock, for your panels, I used let's see, this is Anna Griffin's Holiday Hearth paper, and then her matte gold. If you're using regular cardstock, because it's thinner, you'll want to make sure to take the shim out for her regular cardstock. If you're using her 300 GSM, you'll want to go ahead and leave the thicker cardstock. You'll want to leave the shim in. The reason to take it out for this other stuff is because it gets wavy, and like you end up with little like hankiness like that. And I should have put glue on it, but I didn't. I think it's still going to be fine, and it's on the back, so I took it out for this one to do on the front, because after I was like, oh shoot, I should have took that out, obviously. And then I only had so much of this cardstock, so I was really trying to scrimp and save, but you don't see that on the interior because I ended up covering it up. But just side note, right? Be aware of that. And then the other thing is, when I cut my wall panels out, I had these 2 pieces left, and they fit perfect to cut out the panels, 2 of the panels. So if you're wanting to keep it all the same, the 2 end pieces from cutting the walls out ended up giving me 2 more panels, so I didn't have to use another whole piece of cardstock. So now, oh yeah, so this is the only one. I'm gonna save that. So let me finish cutting out the other ones. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. We have our two front pieces. We have our two back pieces. This is for the outside. This is for the inside. It's going to go like so. We have our 3 panels to make my hillsides with. We have the front frame to look into the Book Nook. We have our 2 wall pieces that are 6 3/4 by 7 inches tall. 7 inches tall, 6 3/4 wide. And so what we want to do first is we want to take each of the panels and we want to score at 1/4 of an inch. On the 6 3/4 side, we want to score at 1/4 of an inch. And we want to score at 6 1/2 inches. And do that on both of them. And remember, if your paper is directional when you are cutting it out, whether doing frames or as side panels, you want to make sure that you're orientated in the proper way. So 6 3/4 is the side, and it's 7 inches tall. So this is, 7 inches goes vertical. So you want to be, and then what you're going to do is on each of those, you're going to fold on the score lines. And these are going to be your wall panels. Okay, and then, let's see, here, like so. You no need to burnish them because you're not trying to make it fold over. You just want it to be a 90. And that's how your front panel is going to adhere to your side panels. Like so. And so do that to this one as well. And then I'm going to show you first what I would do if I was just attaching the frames like you're going to be doing in the class. You're still going to use these same wall pieces. Like this. Okay, like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your front frame and your 2 back panels, and you're going to cut the tabs off of them. You don't need them for this section. Now, if you're doing it in class and you're using her panels, you can't do that. I'm not sure what she does, but she's got slits in hers. And that's how you attach them. The only way to attach them is via these tabs. So if you're following the instructions in the class, don't cut the tabs off. Do whatever she tells you to. But if you're going to do the whole thing this way, for the front and the back, you don't need the tabs. You only need them for the interior panels. Just like so. And last but not least, this fun panel. I was hoping this was going to look like a night, like a night scene, like a night sky on the inside. I'm hoping this, because it's blue and it has that like fun sparkle, like it's kind of a night sky with stars, is what I was hoping for. And then I'm going to cut out a Christmas tree, and then the hills, like these are going to be the hills in front of it, and put the Christmas tree like you're looking into like a town square kind of vibe. I thought would be super fun. So now on this too, you're going to want to make sure that all your panels are the same way. And the ones with this like fun little decoration go to the top. The lines go to the bottom. Okay. And so now what you're going to do is you need to put... you want to flip this over. So this is the inside of the wall, and you want to flip it over and fold your tabs back out, and then put a score tape. And then if you want this to be forever and ever, you're probably going to also want to do glue. I'm going to use 1/8 inch. Oh, bummer. I wanted score tape on that. Well, it is what it is. I wonder if I can still put it on there. Guess we'll learn something new today. We're all learning. Oh, wow. I didn't really want score tape. I didn't want glue under the score tape. I wanted it on the score tape. Oh, I said glue and got glue. Oh, silly, silly, silly. No, I wanted it to be this way. Score tape first, then glue. That's so funny. Okay, burnish that down. Get that into the fiber of the paper so it lives there forever and ever. And then you're going to, if you have paper orientation, you want to make sure you're upright, right? So then I'm going to go ahead and adhere my front panel on, and you're just going to take and you're going to line this edge up with that score line there. And then also at the top and the bottom. Error on the bottom, so start with the bottom first, that you're all even, because you can iron it out at the top and it's not as critical at the top. If you want it to sit square on the table, you want it to be lined up the most perfectly at the bottom. At the bottom like so. So let's not push too much, but let's just fold it over and see if how we're looking. Make sure we're all even. And this looks pretty good to me. So now I'm going to go ahead and burnish that in. And now that's where we should have put glue. We should have put glue on the top of that score tape, but I forgot. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and make sure our paper, so this is the top of our panel, right? We're going to attach it like that. Let me turn it here for a better angle. And then let's not forget the glue. Oh, and that's the wrong one. I need the back. That goes on the inside. This is the back. So let's see. This is upright. This is upright. This is upright. It goes like this. So let's turn it all this way. Let's add glue here. Make sure the one on the outside is the one for the outside. Okay, now error at the bottom, so you want it to be even down there. Line it up with the score line. Make sure it's even at the bottom first before the top. But then fold it, just lightly press, fold it over to make sure everybody's happy, and then it's all lined up on the edge because you don't want it to stick out. Like so. And then make sure it's lined up at the top and the bottom. And now if your panel is a little tall, and burnish that down really good. If your panel is a little tall and it bothers you that sticks up like that, here, this is what I do. I flip it over and I just snip it off at an angle to where you don't even notice it. Like that. And it just kind of whoop, and then your eye just glances over. You don't even see it. It's like super easy. Okay, so now this is like, look, right? Oh yeah. Pretty fun. Pretty fantastic. So that's the first side. And now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and attach the other panel. Make sure if you have orientation, you're on the proper orientation. So this is going to go like this. So this is on the outside and upright. Mine's upright. And then put score tape on each of those tabs as well. Whoops. Didn't need that much. Like so. I had a little extra. Okay, there we go. Now let's make sure we pick the proper one. So this gets folded in like that, and it goes on the inside here. So we're only going to do this one side, and we're going to leave this side here until we get the panels on. So let's go ahead and just peel this tape and go ahead, pop some glue on that so it'll live there forever and ever. And then I'm going to make it easier, and I'm going to flip it over like this. Make sure I'm oriented to the top. Oh, and then line it up at the bottom first, and then line it up with that score line. Okay, and then let's flip it over and fold it in. Lightly press it and make sure everything's happy. We're all lined up. Lined up at the bottom. Oh, perfect, Nugan. Lined up at the bottom and the side. Or side panel. Wait. You just want to make sure you're lined up at the bottom so you're square. And it'll sit square. That's the whole purpose, is that it sits square on the table and then burnish. And then it's all lined up. Yeah, you want to put the air at the top if it's over, and then make sure it's all even at the bottom. So when it's sitting on the table, it all sits nice and flat and square. You don't have like a weird whoop kind of a deal going on. There you go. And then there again, if you don't like what it looks like, you can just trim it off at the top. And that one actually came out pretty good. Right? Oh, well, that's a party fell in half. Don't do that. Oh, farfignugan. Well, oh, that was like, I should have left it. It was like perfect. I was like, just a hair. Oh, gouge that bugger. Hey, don't look at it, guys. It's fine. Just don't look at it. It's fine. It's on the back. It'll be all right. Well, that's kind of a bummer there, isn't it? Okay, now we're going to do this one. And this is just going to line up on the inside. Nice and even. Like so. This is the back of our Book Nook on the inside. So let's go ahead and put some score tape on this. I'm going to get a little bit bigger than an 8 so that way it adheres quicker and nicer. And then we'll also add glue as well to this. So this is like 1/2 inch. Oopsie. And just a tad in the center. And then we'll adhere the rest with glue. Burnish that in. Like so. Like this. Make sure you're proper oriented. Lines go towards the bottom. Lines are at the bottom. Lines are at the bottom. Add some glue to this. Glue adds shimmy too, so you can get it lined up a little bit easier. So line it up at the bottom. And in the center of those 2 score lines. And make sure that it's up. So just in between the 2 score lines. And there we go. And let's just fold this up, making sure it looks good. And voila, right? That looks pretty good. So this is the beginning of the Book Nook there, right? Pretty cool, right? That is pretty good. I love it. Okay, so now what you want to do is on either side, let's see, on either side. Okay, so basically what we have to do is, let's see, if we put them on this one, we'll have to fold over, let's see, hold on a second. So you're going to fold these tabs back. Oh, we're going to pretend with the white ones, actually. We're going to pretend with the white ones. I'm not actually adhering these necessarily. And I cut 2 at a time just to make it go quicker for me. Because these are not the ones I'm going to use. These are if you want to do the frames. I was going to show you how to do them easier. Oh, yes. So then, let's see. Yeah, how to do them easier. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put score tape on all the tabs. Okay, fold all your tabs. Fold all your tabs on all 3 panels. And then put score tape on all the panels. Like this. Fold them all. Put them all back out though. Fold them all back out. Like this. Like that. Fold them out and then put score tape on all of them. Okay. So I'm just going to use a tiny, this little 1/8 inch since I'm not using these. I don't want mine to stay forever and ever. I'm just going to put a little bit just so I can show you how to do it. And then I'm going to peel them off and hope for the best. You'll want to put nice 1/4-inch score tape on these and then also put glue on them. But obviously, like I said, I'm not going to do that. And then also make sure the orientation on them is all that they're all in the same direction. Okay. And now what you want to do is you want to take a ruler and you want to put marks on you want to put a light, really light mark on the top and the bottom of the panel. So you're going to line the edge of your ruler up on your score line. So like butt it up to your score line like this. And then you're going to put a tiny, tiny mark at 1.5 inches, 3 5/8. So 1.5 inches. Let's see. Let's go down. I couldn't see it. 1.5 inches, 3 5/8. And then 4 and I think it's 4 3/4. But it's in the directions where to mark. Because that's the same spot that you're going to do slits at. So it's 1.5 inches, 3. Oh, it's 3 1/4. Where did I go? Oh, I went 5/8. It's actually 3 1/4. Whoopsie. So 1.5 inches, 3 1/4, and then 4 3/4. Just on the side panel right here is where you're doing it at. So 1.5 inches, 3 1/4, and then 4 3/4. You're going to do that at the top and at the bottom. So there again, go and put your panel at a 90 and then mark those same marks. So 1.5 inches, 3 1/4, and then 4 3/4. Okay. And this is where she has you do slits. And I don't do that. So what I do is, here's what I do. So this is the front, right? So this is the front of my box. And I don't want my tabs to show. So what I do is I fold these back. You're going to want to make sure you have 1/4-inch score tape. You're going to want to fold them back. And you're going to want to also add glue. And then all I do is I line this up. Make sure they're in the proper orientation, lines at the bottom. I line this panel up at the bottom. And then, so that way it sits nice at the bottom and it's even. And then I line each of these panels up with the marks that I made on the top and or the bottom. And if you put glue down, you'll be able to shimmy. So, and then you're just going to press those 2 tabs. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold this over, and then you're going to do the same thing with the next one, right? And I don't know why I burnished that in. Hopefully it'll be fine. Oh, wait. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Make sure you're doing the right side, right? Whoopsie, put that back on. So make sure you're doing the right, and then these fold back. And you'll want to put glue on these, right? So fold these in, fold this in, line this up at the bottom on your mark there, but making sure you're not below the bottom, so that way, and then line it up on your mark. Make sure you're even, and then lined up at the top. Lined up at the top. There, and then press. And then fold over, and then do the same with the next one like this. So yeah, right? That one. This one. Fold these back like this. Line it up at the bottom by your mark. Make sure you're even at the bottom, so you'll be fine. Oh, I did it. I'm not even going to worry. I'm just not even going to worry. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to keep these folded back, right? And what you want to do is you want to go ahead and peel off all the score tape of all of these. And this is how to get your panels square inside your Book Nook, right? Oops. So peel off all the score tapes like this. Leave all the tabs out, okay? So like this. Make sure your score tape's on top of the tabs. So leave them all like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold, make sure this tab's out. Making sure you're flat on the table. You're going to then fold this one over, lining it up at the bottom, making sure you're square and even at the bottom, and then just press down, okay? Like this. Then what you're going to do is you're going to remove the tape off this tab, and you're going to fold this over like this. So you're all nice, flat, and square. I'm not going to do that because I'm not using these frames, right? I'm not doing that. I just want to show you what it looks like, but I don't want to ruin my pieces, right? And so then what's going to happen is this is going to come up, and then what you're going to do is you're going to pick it up, and you're going to end up with a perfectly nice square room for you to be able then to decorate, and all your panels are in and nice and even. The other thing is you don't have slits in the side, because her instructions tell you to put slits, 6 of them, and then you put those tabs through the slits and glue them on the side. And so then you'd have all those tabs sticking out. I wanted a cleaner look, and so that's why we went this way. That's why we did it this way. And if you burnish them in nice and well, you'll want to make sure to burnish each side. So when you fold it over even like this, make sure I don't want to ruin my paper. Make sure to press them really good so they adhere properly. And then this is where you decorate from. This is where you pick. So if you leave your box just like this, you can decorate from the, you want to decorate back to the front to make it easier on yourself. But you can slide in from the bottom or the top. You can, reach in, and you can go from the here and like start adding, fun little features, things like that. And all that jazz. So that's how you do those frames for the interior, and that's how you're going to decorate them. This is the easiest method that I found. But now we gotta take, hang on, I'm gonna see if I can get this. I didn't press it too bad. I heard the paper rip on the other side though. I'm kind of, oh, it ripped. No, it didn't. Okay, so I'm hoping with the foil that the foil will help it. That's not so bad. Maybe we can just rub it off. Oh. It's okay. It's behind. It's fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry. It's up in there. You're not even going to see it. Just... No. If it rips these, I don't care. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Put a decoration on it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now for this version that I'm doing, oh yeah. And because it's glitter paper, we're gonna definitely want to do glue. Now I'm still gonna use these marks. I'm still gonna use the marks, but here is where I want to do my 3 levels of snowbanks, and where one is going to be from one side, and then the other, and then the other, so it'll look like a swishing slopey hillside. So this is going to be the tallest one, and what I need to do is I need to make sure that I have enough. I have to make sure I leave the 2 tabs, so the shortest one will be above these 2 tabs. So I think we go there, and then right to here. Maybe I use this tab up. Well, you're not even going to see. Let's see. Well. So maybe I go shortest first. So maybe we just go there, here. Let's just do that. Okay, so this one will go this way, that way, then this way. So let's, maybe just, it doesn't have to go all the way. I could just go like here. So let's go there. Then we'll go like here. And then we'll go there. I wonder if that would even, maybe, well, we wouldn't have to do that. How far up do we want? So this one could just go, I could even go, okay, so let's get the scissors out. We're just going to have to do this. Looks good. That looks good, right? Okay, that's the first one. Oh, since you're not going to see the bottom, I could actually, oh, I could have used, I didn't need those other two panels. Oh, that's okay. I wonder if they're in the same spot. Oh, they're not in the same spot. So let's go ahead and do them all in the same spot to make sure. Oh, but that would give me taller. No, it's okay. Okay, so let's do, so this one, let's go this one here. I wonder what that would look like. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, and I still have 2 tabs, right? Oh, yeah, see, and they all line up, so that'll be actually pretty good there. So now we're going to have this one, and this one is going to be the taller one, and we wanted this one to go, where were we thinking? So we were thinking, let's put these on top of here. So maybe we come from there. And that's not too tall. We'll go from there. I don't think you're going to see that anyways. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's not so bad, right? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then they'll all like be like that. Okay, cool. Okay, I think I like it. So now let's see. Let's get our 1/4" score tape, and we're definitely going to want glue on these. We're going to want to burnish the bejesus out of them. Right? Oh, I got a new rule. So on both sides. And then make sure we stay in order though, right? Make sure we stay in order. And then these, all we're going to do is we're just going to line up. We're just going to line these up at the bottom. And it'll be just fine. So obviously this is going to get folded back. Make sure that guy works good. This guy's going to get folded back. And we're going to put glue on this. And then we're just going to line this up at the bottom. And with my first score line. And just make sure we're lined up at the bottom is all we're going to do. So that way it sits nice and even on the table. Okay, and then once I get that, I'm going to fold that forward, but I'm going to burnish the heck out of it. And this is what you're going to want to do with yours. You are going to want to make sure that glue and score tape is burnished into the paper. And there we go. That's, oh, is that the first one? Or is that the last one? Oh, that was supposed to be, I was wrong order. Crap. Oh, dang it. It's still wet, though. Oh, come on. Oh, we got it. It's okay. Don't worry, guys. We can do this. Don't worry. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. We got this. It's okay. If it would sit there and dry, there's no way. But it was still wet. And we're going to put, obviously, the one that goes, okay, so be sure to follow the instructions, not what I do. Okay then. Make sure we're in order. I think I even said that, right? So it goes like this, like this, like this. Oh my heavens, silly rabbit. Okay, good thing this is in the same spot, right? Okay, a little glue. Fold it back. Line it up with the bottom, and I'm just gonna have to like guess and go in front of where it was last time, so that way you don't see it if it does. Okay, so there we go. Now flip it forward and then burnish. Okay, now, so this one, right? Oh, make sure these are all folded, can be folded rather, and then out, and then folded, and then out. So here, this is the next one. So I gotta make sure we go in order. Put a little glue on it so it lives there folded back. Line it up with our next mark and make sure we're even on the bottom but above that bottom edge, so everything still stays sitting flat and nice on the table. Fold it forward and burnish the bejesus out of it. There we go. Last but not least, make sure all your glue is on top of the tab. This one's folding. Little glue. Fold it in. Line it up with our last mark, making sure that we're even with the bottom but above it. And that way it sits nice and pretty on the table. There we go. Fold it forward and burnish. Awesome. Okay. That is great, right? Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to pull the score tape off of these, put some glue on them, make sure the adhesive is all the way on top of the tab. There we go. Okay, make sure everybody is lined up at the bottom. So it's all nice and even, and then fold this panel and everybody's flat. All the tabs are out, right? Everybody's flat, and then fold this over, lining it up at the bottom though. You want to make sure this wall is lined up at the bottom. And that way everybody stays nice and perfectly square. Okay, so the tab is right about here. That's where all these are going to be. Make sure to press them into the paper. So there's one here. There is one about here. And then the last one. You can kind of feel them. Okay, and now, what? Oh my, right? And then look at that, like a snowy hill, right? That's what we were going for. Oh, look how pretty, it's so glary. Okay, there we go. And so now you can even burnish these on this side. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is awesome. Oh, I forgot, we're gonna need one more piece for the bottom. Okay, there we go. To make our bottom, we're gonna need another piece that preferably matches or looks good, whatever. Okay, there we go. What? Okay, and now I am not going to adhere. Do I want to? No, I'm gonna wait on adhering this one here because I can always fold it back. Well, but it's not going to be even. The reason to adhere this right now is because everything is nice and flat and square, and you'll have the best advantage of it being square when it sits on the table. You risk more of that when you wait and you add elements to the interior. So I think I will go ahead and follow my own advice and make sure it stays square on the table. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I'm also going to add some glue so it stays forever and ever and ever, because we love it. See how fun those little snowbanks are? Oh my, that's going to be a hoot. Oh yeah. Okay, and now you want to make sure that the bottom is lined up the nicest, right? Because that's how you get it square on the table. And then burnish the heck out of this. Let's see. Let's not go too far, though, until we figure out if it's a happy camper. And look, sits square on the table. It's fantastic. Right? That is pretty good. So let's fold that back down and then burnish the heck out of it. There we go. All right, now we can even go the other way to help it square out on the table. And look, right? Oh, that is pretty good. I might even actually put silver on the bottom. I think I'm going to do silver glitter so it all looks snowy. Like, isn't that so fun? All right, and now for the top. We're going to put the top together, but we are not going to add it until at the end when we do all the decorations. After we're done with all the decorations. This is probably going to be a little hard to see, but what you're going to do is you're going to, this makes like a little lip around the top. And so you're going to do a bit of interesting folding. You want to take a ruler that has what makes it the easiest is if you have a ruler that has a nice slanted sharp edge, and you're going to line this up with the edge of the tab here and here. That's your first score line, and you're going to fold it back. So line it up at the edge of the tab, and if you can see the score line, line it up on the score line right there. It's hard to see on my end. And then what you can do is take your bone folder and help push it up. Push it up, especially if you're using this 300 GSM paper. And then fold it against that edge. There we go. There we go. All right, and that's gonna make the crown for the top. And now what we want to do is, on the other side of that tab is another fold line. And that one we're going to flip it over. That one goes down, or goes towards the inside. So line it up on the two tabs, or that score line if you can see it. And then proceed to fold up. Like so. And then once you get it up a little ways, you can go ahead and... Oh, it's grouchy. Sometimes it gets grouchy depending on the flavor of paper you used. Like if you used one that has a lot of, there we go. And then use your bone folder. Okay, that's how that goes. And now, once you get that folded over, what you're going to do is there's one more score line, because remember this is an edge. You're going to take, and on that same tab that's below, you're going to line up your ruler on that tab again. And that's where, and if you can see the fold line, do that one. You're just lining it up on that fold line. If you can see the fold line. Like that. Okay. And that's all you're going to do there. And then what happens is this is going to go like this. Okay. Like that. And then these two tabs fold in. So this is the edge of your roof line like that. And then what happens is this curves. So you're going to want to take this and you're going to want to run it on something. You're going to want to run it around on something that is round, like big and round, like a glue bottle. Basically like a glue bottle, your Mr. bottle, the edge of your table. I was doing mine on the edge of the table. But just take something and just go around, just to help encourage it to be cylindrical, because that's how you get the look of the top of the Book Nook, to where it's rounded. You want to just curl that paper, help encourage it around something large like that, and then and then you can help. I'm just going to do mine like on the edge of my table, like this. I've got a covering on my table so it catches a bit. Makes it a little precarious, but there you go. And now it will. Okay, and then it'll help. You're helping it to conform. So now we can go back up. And then you'll have those couple of edges. Okay, and so what you want to do now is you want to run, well, actually we have to fold the front of it. So put this back flat, and then we got to do this one here. And so then you're going to go, there's a fold line. See right at the edge of that tab, there's a fold line right there. I was just trying to encourage it over my nail with my nail pushing into the fold line, the score line there. And then at the top right there in the middle, there's a score line. See, and that's where you want to, don't wing it. Don't wing it. Put the ruler on that fold line and proceed. Don't wing it. Make sure it's lined up on the top and the bottom edge. Oh, man. Shouldn't have winged it. That's what happens. And then there's a third one right at the top edge there. Everything's gonna be okay. And right at the bottom of the tab, it should line up. Hold it. It should line up with those tabs, because that's what it's getting glued to. Okay. So this then goes like this, and then this goes flat like that. See that? See, that goes flat, but this goes round. So then this comes up like this. This comes up like this. And so what you do is you bring this up. Let's put score tape in there first. So I'm going to do 1/8 inch and glue. I'm doing 1/8 inch and glue. So from tab to tab on this piece, so there to here on this one. And then glue. Fold it over and burnish the heck out of it. You want to be a little more gentle if you're doing all if you're doing foil like I did mine. You don't want to burnish out the decoration. For sure. Okay, and then this goes up. This gets folded up. Right, like that. And then this goes in here. So then pop some score tape on the tab here. And then you're going to want a little more score tape on this side here, so that way the top part of the tab can adhere down as well on that side. So peel the backers off. Whoops. Oh, man. And pop some glue in there. And then, so then this folds up like this, and square up that corner. These two should meet. Fold the tab in and press that down like that. And the tighter you get this corner, the nicer it looks. So then once you're satisfied with that, fold this down, making, oh, that's a lie. Don't fold that down yet. And I shouldn't have put glue on it yet, other than that tab. Oh, bummer, because you have to put the other tab on this side. So hold on. Wait. Oh, hold on a second. You have to glue these two pieces together first. So I have to, let me fold this one up and I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, so now we're back where we were with this one. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take and put score tape on the top of this panel. And then this one's going to nestle onto the top of that. So we're also going to put glue as well. So let's pop some. The other thing I needed to do was I need to fold the tabs for the rest of the round. The contour portion, I need to fold the 4 tabs on each side for that as well. But I'll get that when we go around to it. Okay, there we go there. And then we need glue. And glue helps with shimmy, so you can get it nice and square. And then we're basically going to hold these at a 90, like so. And we are going to butt them up into each other. And then you butt them up to each other at a 90, and then press. And the tighter you get the corners, the nicer the outcome this is going to be. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to then pop some glue on the interior of this. Oops. And so, yeah, the tighter you get these corners, the nicer the top looks. And then because it has, does it have score tape on it? No, it does not. Rude. Hey, where's my tape? Oh, man. I'm going to hold that together. And since I don't have any score tape, I'm just going to hold that together while that adheres down. Yeah, you want to get those corners nice and tight, because that's what's going to make the top look the best. And they should all come out pretty even like that. So let me hold this and then glue that other side down, and I'll be right back as soon as I get that done. Okay, so you should be to this part, and I went ahead and folded the tabs in, and made sure that they were all pushed in, and nice and straight on each of the edges. I added score tape to them as well, and except this side here. And it would be easier to add the score tape to these tabs and fold them when it's all flat, but I forgot about it, so that's why I'm doing it now. I just put the tab over the top like that, and then go ahead and add my little 1/8" score tape there. And then I'm also going to add glue to these, but the square that you get the top of this, the tighter you get those corner tabs in, the nicer that the top will end up looking too. So let's go ahead and start adhering these tabs down. And then this will make the top. So let's go ahead and pop glue on there too. Just a little, not too much to where you have to wait for a millennial for them to adhere, but just enough. So now you want to hold the top square, and you're going to follow that edge along this curved edge here. And then you're going to, as soon as it gets lined up, you're going to start adhering, pressing the tab down. So use your fingers and squeeze the tab onto the edge there. So then fold, then just follow these, make sure these are folded in, and then follow that line, keep following the line down, and once you get there, start squeezing the tab in, and then the corner should meet like that. Now, they don't all come out like that great, but that's what you're hoping for. A couple of mine didn't do like that nice, so amen, that worked on camera. But the other ones didn't do that. They weren't that easy. So yeah, so now fold these in like this. Meet the corners at the top, and then slowly start following that curve around. And then once that tab starts to meet, then you start to press it in together with your fingers. Then follow it around. Once it starts to meet, start to press it, and then push it in to meet the rest of it. And you're gonna have little gaps. It's not gonna be that big of a deal. So then press it on like that, and then that's what it should look like that, right? Oh my good night, isn't that great? That is pretty fun. So let me do this side, and I'll be right back. Okay, so once all your tabs are on, this is what it should look like this, right? Isn't this going to be great? So then this is going to be the top. Now, we're not going to put this on just yet. You can, trial fit it to see how it works in your box. and that sort of thing. If it nestles right down in there, you're golden. If not, you might have to make a little adjustment. But it should do something just like that. The other thing you're going to need to do is we need to add score tape to this edge, and I'm going to do 1/4 inch, and I'm going to go to the bottom edge of this, not to that score line up there. I'm going to go to the very bottom edge of these tabs here. Now you don't have to fold these tabs because these are just purely for adhering it to the sides. So there's no need to fold them. And then I'm just going to run my score tape like that on the very bottom edge. And that's so depending on where this ends up sitting when we're all done, I have a little tiny bit of variance for where that edge is going to be when it's all said and done. And so it'll give me a little grace. So I know I'm not perfect, and then this doesn't have to be either. So that's the whole reason for that. Okay, so that's all ready to go now. And now all we have to do is decorate, right? That is going to be pretty awesome. So now the other thing, now we want to decorate. So I'm going to get a Christmas tree. I'm going to make a Christmas tree. I'm using, let's see, I'm going to use this Christmas tree here out of the, how to cut and emboss, the Christmas tree dies. So I'm going to use this tree die here, and I'm also cutting it out with the, lights and the star. I'm going to cut these two out in Anna Griffin's iridescent cardstock, and I'm going to cut this out in white glitter paper. And so let me do that, white glitter cardstock. And so let me do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the first element done of my scene for the inside. So cut this tree out of the white glitter, the lights out of the Anna Griffin's iridescent plus the little star. And then I also cut it out of white cardstock and a couple times to give me some thickness and stability for that white glitter. And then I added a triple stack of dimensionals. And I'm also going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of each of these, so that way they'll be pretty permanent when I go to put this on here. And so now I'm just going to figure out where I want to pop this on at and go from there. And you can do this like from the inside or from the inside, from the top or the bottom. However it is you want to get your elements in your decoupage. See, because I didn't go all the way to the bottom, but I want to be able to see a lot of that tree. Like when you go to look in it, I wanted to be able to see a lot of the tree. And so now I can, but I also didn't want it just to be flat on the back either. I wanted some dimension back there. And I think that is pretty good. So now let me find some other stuff, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got a few elements that I want to add. The thing I noticed though was that, well, I'll show you as soon as we're done. So I've got a few of these elements, and they're stickers. I'm pretty sure they're stickers. They came out of the snow globe sticker set. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add. Oh, I didn't need to peel that all off. I only actually needed the bottom. But I'm gonna add a few of these elements like this into here. But what I was noticing is that, and if the back is sticky, it's fine, because there is nothing it's not going to fold against anything, so it'll be just fine. And then I wanted to have these little kids. They're like playing. They're having a little snowball fight. So I thought that would be super fun too. So I'm not really worried about the adhesive on the back of this stuff. You could dust where you where they weren't going to adhere with your anti-static powder tool or something like that. But honestly, with your anti-static powder tool, I was afraid that this was going to take forever for, and I want to make sure that these little kids, yeah, that's not going to go. I have to peel the sticker off, because otherwise it will take a month of Sundays for this little, just going to have to peel it all off. That's just a way of it. Just because it's glitter card is why. The glitter cardstock is what makes it a little wily. Otherwise, it's not really usually a problem with adhering stuff on there. But I do want, now that we got that off, I do want a touch of glue on the bottom. Okay, and then, yeah, that little boy right there is going to let me know where we're going to end up adhering them. Because he has to at least be standing in the snow. Like so. Right? Look how fun that is already. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so now let's grab this. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There we go. And you could just technically do the bottom portion of this, but it was easier just to take the whole, just a little. We don't need too much. And then these little boys are going to be on this side because they're, and I put them because they're much closer. They're much closer. Come on. Oh. Oh, I should have let them dry a little. Does that look okay? Yeah, I should have let the little boys dry. Darn it. Oh, yeah, that's not going to fly. There. That'll fly. All right, let's let that go a little. Let's let that go just a tad. Right? That looks pretty good, right? That is pretty good. Okay, and then I was thinking another tree back there. But I also have these little guys I want to stick on the front. Oh my gosh, right? Is that not looking like the sweetest? Yeah, that's pretty darn fun. And then we're gonna hang some pearl strands like it's the town square they're playing in, kind of a deal. And that'll be really fun. The other thing is I noticed that I have to, and then there's a little deer looking into that fun little scene. Like so. Now this little deer, I'm gonna have to cut the bottom of the tree off right there, but that's okay. And that way and my deer is standing on something. And then this one's gonna go about there. And that'll just add it. And I think I need one more tree back there. And then, yeah, I noticed my lid, when I was trial fitting the lid on, that the, like, right, isn't that great? Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I think I'm going to put one more tree right there. And maybe there. I don't know. Let me see. Let me grab a couple more little trees. Cause I have these, so we could add these there. Yeah, that's a good one. And then I might be able to add. I might be able to add one more right by those little boys as well. Do like that. Yeah, that looks great. And then this one can go. I might have to add glue to these later. I was just kind of trying to hurry up a little. Whoops. And then this one we can just add on the bottom down here-ish. And that looks pretty good, right? That is pretty good. And it looks like those little boys are playing on a hillside. And then the fun, opulent Christmas tree in the background. I think that is a hoot. So now is where we're going to liven it up a bit. Because what we want to do now is we want to add bead strands. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them to my lid since I have no walls to think about. The thing is I noticed, so when you go to put this on, you're going to want to make sure that you have the nicest, side forward. So I think I like this side the best. Well, when I was retrofitting it, right, I was just test fitting it. I noticed that my tab came down a bit farther than I wanted on the inside, and it blocks my Christmas tree star there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to cut it off because you don't need it. It's not a structural support for this. So I'm just going to cut off right on that line, the score line. Just cut that tab right off, just like that. And now I think it'll be fine for putting this on, and I don't think it will then impede my Christmas tree. So let's look at that. Oh yeah, see? That looks great, right? Look, where are you guys? Get in there. See? That looks so much better, right? That is going to be pretty terrific there. And then you'll have that great scene. So there we go. Glad we did that. Now in order to add my bead strands, I need to or to add the deals from what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with these pearl strands and whatnot that I want to have hanging in here. And I need hot glue. Oh, hold on. Let me turn my hot glue gun on. Okay. So my hot glue gun is just about heated up here. And now what I want to do is I'm going to add pearl strands to the inside. Like it's decorations for the holidays hanging in like Times Square. Not Times Square, but like the village square, so to speak. And so to make that happen, what I thought would be the easiest is if I actually glued it to the inside of the lid. So I've got a couple of here. I've got a couple. I hope you guys have been in frame. I'm so sorry if I haven't. These are approximately 8 1/4 inches. This one is 7 7/8 inches, and then each of these are about 12 1/2 inches, and then this is probably 12 inches on these couple different pearl strands. And so what I thought is I'm going to take these shorter ones. I think this is the shortest. Anyways, I'm going to take it and I'm just going to go from here to here on the edge and then on the other side of the tab. So I'm just going to crossways this one. So like that. So just a little hot glue there. Like so. Let that adhere pretty good. And then on the other side of the lid, I'm going to add a little more glue down to here. Like so. Because the goal is that it hangs like on the inside, you know, dangling down like it's going through like Times Square, so to not Times Square, but you know, oh, Farfig Nugan. Didn't let it adhere long enough. Okay, let's let the guy sit up on this side. And then we'll redo this guy. Whoopsie. And we let these sit up. And then I'm going to hot glue this one opposite corner to corner. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so that seemed like it worked pretty good. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these little strands. And I got all these bead and pearl strands off of Amazon. And so I'm going to like go from this corner to the middle to like this corner here and then go opposite on there. So let me just a little bit on here. That was probably a lot. Yeah, that was a lot. And then we'll have to let that set up. And then what we do is we go opposite. So this will go like in the center. But you got to go under. It's got to be under the other strands so it doesn't get caught and you can see everything. Or it has to go above. So I think I want to see what it looks like in here and see if oh yeah, I can totally do that. So then I also want to see, okay, well, can I go back across here? Oh yeah, I can. Oh, and it'll just hang down like that. So let me go maybe like this and then see what this looks like. Okay, that'll be fine. So let me glue this one to the center. And I'm just gluing it right to the back of the tab. Like that. And then this one's going to get glued up to this corner right here. Up here somewhere. So let me do that and I'll be right back. And then I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to start with the other strand that I have here. I'm going to start at this corner down here and then go up to this middle and to here. And let me get those glued on and I'll be right back. Okay, so once you get that done, this is what it looks like on the bottom. I kind of ad-libbed where I ended up going because of once I got the attachment point and what they look like while they were, because I kind of test fitted it while I was like putting it on, while I was hoggling everything to it. I was like test fitting it to see like, okay, well, what is it going to look like? You know, depending on where I put it. And I think that is going to be so darn fun in there. Okay, so now what you want to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to start and you're going to peel the first side. You're going to peel off the first side score tape, and then you want to just line up this score tab with the edge of that. And then what you're going to do is you can take your reverse tweezers and you can pinch. Once you get it lined up on the side where it lives, you can actually pinch with the tweezers and it will squeeze the score tape onto the side there and hold it in place for you. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to reach your hand in and you're just going to like burnish it, press it onto the table, and just using your hand to press that score tape in, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to peel off the front portion like this, the score tape backer. And then you're going to finagle this onto the front. And you're there again going to line it up to where it looks straight. Oh, to where it looks nice and even and straight. Like so. And then just put it on its side and then squeeze them together. Squeeze that score tape in. And you can put glue on that score tape as well. I know I'm gonna have more hot glue on this edge anyways, so I was just only wanting it to adhere where I need it right now, just for right now. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my pick tool, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull the release paper on this side. And then lining up the back edge on this side. And when it looks good, I'm going to use my tweezers and squeeze. And then we can flip it over. And on its side, we can press it on the table. And if you have the frames in there, you'll have to go in between each frame. And then, oh, let's look. Oh, yeah. So then this here on the back just ended up going into where it wherever it settled at. Yeah, it worked pretty good. So then that's what the inside looks like. And doesn't it look just like a town square? Oh, isn't that the prettiest thing? I think that is so darn fun. You look up in there and it is just reminiscent of like just fun town square. I think that is so pretty. Like if you look up in there, like isn't that great? I think that is a hoot. So pretty. And then wait till we get the wait till we get the lights in there. Oh yeah. But right now I have to decorate the outside, and so what I'm gonna do is, this video is already really long and I still have to show you how to put the lights on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and trim it out. I have these poinsettias, of which are gonna go on the front here like this. I have some poinsettias that are gonna go up on the top up here as well. They're gonna go up on the top there, and then I'm just gonna hot glue. Oh, good night. Wow, that was crazy loud. I have these that are gonna go up here as well. Kind of ish like so. I'm gonna trim the stems off, move them around, pop them up on stuff, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start embellishing it as well. So I've got fir trim that I'm gonna hot glue here. Right? Isn't that the cutest? I have this trim, this like bling trim, all off of Amazon. I'm gonna hot glue inside there all the way around. And then I also have this trim here, of which the fir trim, I'm gonna go all the way around. This is gonna go all the way around on the inside. This is gonna go all the way around like this, right on that edge there. And then on top of this, I'm gonna hot glue this on top of that. So then it's gonna be like so, all the way around like that. And then I'll pop this up on the top up there. So then I'll be, and then I'm gonna, let me see what that looks like, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so there it is in all its fun and opulent glory there. I went ahead and added all the trim and everything on there like I was showing you that I was going to do. So that's what it looks like. It came out just like that. And that's the back. And then I added the Holiday Village. Ooh, what is this called? 3D Village easel dies. Cut it out in the Griffin's iridescent, just to add a little bit of fun there, since it was like reminiscent of a town, like square and everything, and thought that this is just coming out so cute. So I have another one to add to the other side, but I wanted to show you what it looked like if you didn't add anything else. Like, you don't have to do, I mean, this is way above the top. You didn't have to add any of the other stuff, but if you did all that, this is what it would look like, and it's really, really cute. So then, just a teeny bit extra, I went ahead and added this, and it's just fun. It just adds that extra bit of fun to it, to enhance the feeling that it's a little town square. Yeah. John and I were talking, and it was like, Anna should do, she's doing this type of stuff. She should do a village, like that we could put together, in the create boxes, and then we would, be able to collect all the different, Victorian houses and stuff that we could customize ourselves and whatnot, how we want our little village to look. And yeah, I thought that would be a hoot, but just a just a little idea. Thought that would be a pretty fun little thing. And there we go there. And there, that's what that looks like. Although I just ripped it. Rude. There we go. But like, right? Isn't that the cutest? Oh my gosh. And then it's sitting on the table. Looks like there is, a little village on the outside. Just essence of, right? Like, isn't that just so stinking fun? So now, let's go ahead and add the lights to this. So how you do that is you want to punch a little notch on the back of the box back here, with your crocodile. And you can add them to the top or the bottom. I just found that it was much easier to add to the bottom. And let me think about this. Oh, I put them like that, and I'm pretty sure that my hole is on. So when you're looking, it's on this side. The hole goes on this side. And so I'm just going to, just a little, I'm not even actually, I'm just doing a little half round. Just a little notch out of the bottom edge there. And we're actually going to make a bottom for it. So then you need lights. And you need a piece of matching cardstock. That is 2 inches by 2 3/4. So let me grab that really quick, and some lights. Hold on. So I'm just using these little lights I got off of Amazon. They just take a little round flat battery, and they're just really nice to work with, and they're really slim. So on your 2 by 2 3/4, what you're going to do is you're going to score at 1, and then you're going to score at 1 1/4. Then you're going to score at 2 1/4, and then you're going to score at 2 1/2. And that, all that is going to do is just give you a little pocket to slide the battery pack in, and then you can replace the battery, because these have removable batteries in them, and then you can replace them, and it just makes it easier. So we're going to do that. Whoopsie. Yeah. So then this is what you're going to end up with, kind of a little matchbox looking little rectangle there, a little slider box. And we're going to add a little 1/8 inch score tape there. Let's see, what do we have? Don't I have, where's my, apparently, maybe I was too fast, and so got a little 1/8 inch score tape there. And just going to wrap this around, line it up on the edge, burnish it, press it down. You could actually just put the little battery pack in there to make sure it fit and stuff. And then burnished it on top. Let's see, where are you, little fella? Okay, right there. And there we go. So let's unravel these while it's not a mess. And because we're gonna have to wind these inside the box there. So I was hoping, oh goodness. Oh, I do. I gotta, hang on, let me get these untangled. But basically the idea is that, oh, is that, oh, hey. Oh, cool, cool, cool. Oh, cool. Okay, no worries. Is that good? Oh, perfect. That worked out great. So then basically what you're going to do is you're going to slide this in here. And you can just press on this to burnish that down. That's where I was going. Okay, and then you're just going to pop some score tape on the back of that. Oh, like so. Like that. And then just... there we go. And so basically though, I want to put the wire at the bottom so it's not taxing it as much. Especially since the on-off switch is in the center. Oh, oh, that's hilarious. I was already proper. It goes like that. And then all you're going to do is you're just going to stick this on the back. Back here, let's see, like this. It doesn't matter where this goes, just on the back. And it just makes it all blend in and nice and pretty like that. And then the notch is for the little wire to go in. And then what you're going to do is you're going to stand it up on its head. And then all you're going to do is, since these have a quarter, these are not all attached down, you're just going to nestle the light string next to all your little panels. You're just going to like push them up into the corner, making them square up into the corner, and then down next to all those panels like that is all you're going to do. And you're just going to wind them all the way in. Okay, so let me do that off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, and then once you get that done, you need another piece of cardstock, and this is going to be the floor. So, like, depending on what it is you want to see, I think I'm going to do mine in glitter, the silver glitter, so it looks like it's all snow. It's all snow on the bottom when you're looking down in, and it all matches that portion. You could have it match the walls. My other one was like a gold with writing on it, and it looked really nice. Just something that was a little bit like background-ish on that one, but I'll show you what it looks like. But let me cut that piece. And you want 4.5 by 6.25, but just shy of 6.25. And you can retrofit it. It doesn't have to be perfect right off the bat, because you can keep shimming it to see how slim you need it to be. It's basically this length. Is 6.25, but sometimes if it's that, it won't exactly fit. So, like, do it like just shy of 6.25, by 4.5. Hold on. Okay, here it is, 4.5 by 6.25. So then on the 4.5-inch side, I'm gonna score at 4.25 and 1/4 inch. So 1/4 inch and then 4.25. It being glitter, I'm going to reinforce that score line. Okay. And then we're going to fold on that, and then we're going to add score tape to that. To this edge, plus glue, because glitter just always... So I got my 1/8 inch score tape. Going to go right on that tab. You could make it easy and flip it over if you wanted to. Instead of doing it like this, you could do it like that. It was just kind of easier to see where it was, because there's so much shininess here. Okay, burnish that down really good. Right into that glitter paper. Yeah, you want to make sure that is really good and adhered on there. So now what you're going to do is, this is basically going to be your lid, or your floor for the bottom. Oh, we're... wrong way. Oh, good night. make sure you got it on the proper. Oh, shoot. Oh, I just did it. Maybe it'll come off. Oh, come on. Oh, hey. Not so bad. It's because it's glitter paper. Oh, this is the floor. I needed the glitter on the inside. Oh, shoot. And I was putting it on the outside. Darn it. I gotta flip my tab. So be aware of direction. Be aware of direction. So now I gotta flip it over and put that score tape on the other side. Whoopsie. Hey, you can't be perfect all the time. And we can always change it. It's all good. We're crafters. We know what we're doing. I was just checking to see if you guys were noticing, if you were still here. Hopefully you guys were just smart enough to zip to the end to see what it looked like to see before you wanted to stay the whole way. Oh my. Okay. Or maybe you're having fun hanging out crafting while you're watching this come out, huh? I think it's pretty fantastic. Oh, shoot. There again. Forgot to... Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. I could have gone probably 6 1/4. On this guy. Oh, I'll be darned. I want to make sure that's right on my, right on the edge. I'm a little bit shy, but that's okay because it's just the floor. It's not structural or anything. It's just to hold the lights in, captured. And then you're just gonna, what you're gonna do is on this side, you're just gonna snuggle it down in. Here. Is all in between, you're trying to push it down in between the frames. Your frames, you're pushing it up to the bottom of the frames is what you're doing. And then you're just gonna reach in between all your little frames at this point and try to press, if you can press it in. You might not be able to, but that's why you also have the glue. So now push all your lights back down and then give it a test. So that's what it looks like there. And let's go ahead and then that's what it looks like on the back, right? So, right. Oh, look at that beautiful little scene in there. Hold on. Turn the lights out. Right. Oh my goodness. Isn't that great? That is pretty darn fun, isn't it? And you can see the little, you guys can see the little Christmas tree down in there and all the little kids playing with the little deer. And then the fun part is you get the silhouette of the top of the house. And then even then, the cool thing is it's actually lighting up the side, the village, from all the other glowing of the lights. So very cool, right? I think that's pretty neat. Let me get the lights. One more. And there it is. I know this was a long video. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Let me know what you guys think of the projects. Let me turn this one on and show you the other one as well. And I think these are so fun and I really knocked it out of the park with this guy. And this die you can use for a long time. You can use it for all different holidays. You can do birthdays, all different sorts of, Easter, whatever holiday it is, or whatever it is, celebration that you're wanting to do. It's like, right, is that not the funnest thing ever? That is so cool. Let me know which one is your favorite, what you thought of the project. Thanks so much for hanging out, and until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Let us know if you have another use for this super fun item, what you're going to use yours for. Yeah. And if you have any tips and tricks on how it was easier for you to put together as well. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Can't wait for Create November 2025 event. It should be a blast. Hope to see you there. Until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.